Hello, and welcome to the Operation of Oliver, Part 8. Anyway, want to thank all the new subscribers for coming in. That's great to see. We have a lot to show you in this video, to show you where my characters come along. As you may know, for some of you who don't, this is a video that I'm showing how I'm making my new Ventriloquist character that will be coming soon to YouTube. Anyway, this is the guy we're talking about, and there's a lot to show you, different things that are going on in this video, and let's show you now. So let's take a look at the latest on the Operation of Oliver. A brass tube that goes all the way up the head stick, and the string hooks to the jaw mechanism, and then it comes down to this trigger. Well, right here is where my thumb sits. This is uncomfortable for the string going across the thumb. So that's why when I made my new character, I wanted to make it where it was a trigger. I wanted to make it like this versus this, so it's more comfortable. There's no string coming across, and it's easier to move. I've cut the head stick, that's the length of it. So by putting this teriyaki stick in, what I'm doing is I'm measuring to see how long the brass tubing is going to be. And then I can go ahead and cut it and put it in and fiberglass it into place. That you put this brass tubing inside here. What we're doing now is trying to find out where this stops at, so that when you fiberglass it in, it won't be too low down, because the brass rod that goes in there has to have a curve, and it has to be able to fit from side to side to be able to move the eyes. So when you try this, this way it will give you a lineup of where it's at. So the brass tubing is there, and the eyes can move, the brass rod can move freely from side to side. Got some bass wood, cut it to the size that fit the eye. That's 2.5 inches apart on the eyes. These are the C5's exit springs that are going to fit into here and here, and they're actually going to, and those are going to plug into the back of the eye sockets, the little holes in the back of the doll eye that are in my character. And right here I'm going to drill 2/16 of an inch hole so I can put a paper clip in. Here is the paper clip that's been straightened out and put into the center. That's going to go to the eye rod that moves the eyes. You can also see on the side of on the brass wood here, I have a copper wire that's wrapped around each side, and the reason for that is the wood split on me on the first one that I put together, and then it actually started to split on the second one. And this is what it's going to look like inside the head there. You can see the springs are into the back of the eyes, and you can see the rod coming out. And I don't know if I can move it with my hand. I'm going to try to here. See, it will move like that once we put the rod. Once we put the rod into it, it will move something like that. I'm going to try this. This will be the easiest I've ever done, if it works. Basically, here's the brass rod at 3/32. It would fit into the tubing. It would go up, push up inside. Let me move the string out of the way. And then what you would do is just push this brass rod up. See how it comes up? And basically you would measure how far from here to here it needs to come out. Make a bend, but before you make that bend, figure how high it has to sit up here in this area, a good inch or so, to fit. So you would have to have like a bend here after the fact, and a bend whatever the distance is from here to here. So what we did, there's the first bend. We did a little bit of an angle because this kind of this leaned back. Here's the first bend. You see I marked it with a Sharpie. So let's go in a little bit on this bend here and see if that rises up in here. Alright, and we put the second bend in there and it fits up into the mechanism. So when it turns, yes, it will work. See the bend there? Fits in. Take a look at the front. Looks good. Now I got my bend in. And now what I need to do is turn this around. Come over to the head stick here. And I've marked it right about here. This is exactly where I want to go with my bend. Now I have a little bit of play. I can move up and down on the brass rods inside. So if I'm going to start my bend, I want to always start at about 1/8 of an inch lower than where the bend is going to be, so that it will be able to fit into the socket when moving the eyes. But let's try that. Okay, now what you're going to actually have to do is bend this. I know it's going to be hard, but you're going to actually use like a needle nose and grab this and bend it, but bend it back further than you want it, and then bend it back out this way so that when it sits, it will actually fit into that socket. Fits, works. But then you're going to have to grab the rod on the inside and tweak it a little bit. Pull this you're going to have to kind of grab a hold of it here and bend it a little bit so that it lines up as even with this one here. When this is straight, this should be straight. Now that I have that where it moved the way I want it, basically I've marked it with a Sharpie. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the rod off there because I don't need any more than that. Final resting place for the wooden dowel that made him talk. You can see it opens fine there. Sit there. The eye can move back and forth. See on the trigger, I'm starting to build up just to make it a little bit more comfortable for me. Now I just have to put the screw in the back of the top section here so that this part can be locked onto the head stick. The paper, it's a 1/2 inch. These are 1/2 inch cuts. I'm basically going to take this paper and bend it back here. This is going to be long enough to go around, and we've already started this one. What's going to happen is you're going to build it up like this. You want to give a little bit of play. You want to give a little bit of play, probably about a 1/2 inch play. And this piece and this piece are going to go together so that it looks like this. Then we're going to work with fiberglassing all of this. Okay, here's the update. Putting on the ears. We've got this one epoxied on the side. This is the part where the head stick is going to fit into on the upper part of the torso. He's getting his other ear put on. See, what I actually did is I looked at both sides of the head and marked it with a pencil, and then I put a little piece of tape there to tell me where I was epoxying the ear so that it matched up. If you like what you see, hey, subscribe. And we'll keep showing you what's going on. He's going to be painted. There will be new things happening and a lot more going on. Thank you for watching.